Alright guys, welcome to my chunky braid out video. So I'm going to show you, everything from some of the products to exactly what I do and then the takedown. So it's a little expedited today. So yeah, the first thing that you're going to need is water, obviously because that's the best thing to hydrate your hair. And then some ponytail holders, clips, whatever you need to kind of pull your hair out of the way. Next, you'll need some kind of moisturizer. I'm using this leave-in conditioner just because my hair was a little dry, as well as light oil to seal it in but not weigh your hair down. I'm using grapeseed oil. Okay, so let's get ready to jump right in. The first thing you probably want to do is try to figure out your parting just so you'll know how you want it to lay. And now I'm going to spray my hair down with water. And this will obviously depend on how dry your hair is. I didn't start on freshly washed hair, so I'm really trying to saturate my hair because I'm going to keep these braids in for a minimum of probably I think 4 days is about how long I kept them in. Just to let my hair fully dry as well as get a really good set. So now I'm adding a little bit of the leave-in conditioner to my hands, and I like to rub it in my hands first and then apply it just to kind of minimize how much of it's going to get very caked up or just kind of focused in one section. Kind of thin it out a little bit, and that's kind of just a little tip when you're applying certain products to your hair. It helps them kind of smooth into your hair a little bit better. Okay, and then of course just a little bit of oil, and I do the same thing, kind of smooth it on my hands first to make sure I'm getting a more liberal application instead of just in really one location. And so when you're doing this, at this point your hair should be pretty moisturized. If it's not, please go back and add more water or product or whatever you need, because that's going to make a big difference when your hair sets and having some lasting results. And as you can see, when I braid, I tend to braid under, so I pull the hair from one side underneath the middle and then continue down that way. Now that's my face because I realized I didn't bring the rubber bands in the room. So I go and then I come right back. So I'm going to show you one more time how I do my braids. And one thing I want to say is just, for me, this is more of like a chunky braid out. Even though my locks aren't as big and my braids don't look as huge as maybe somebody else's would, it's considered a chunky braid out for me because I'm using more than just 3 or 6 locks. I have pretty just big parts, nothing really fine like I usually do when I do a smaller braid out. So your chunky braids may look a little bit different, but I wanted mine big enough to where I had more waves, but at the same time not too big where I couldn't make it into a wearable style because I still had to go to work, in the next day or the next couple of days. So for me, I was able to kind of create braids that would lay down and make a little bit of a style for me. Alright, and at this point I finished the front part of my hair, and the reason I inserted this portion of the clip is I just want to show you how with your braids you may have to kind of bend them a little and move them so that they kind of fall into a nice little style. And at that point all I have is the back left, but the process is still the same, so I felt like it would be a little repetitive to keep basically showing you the same thing. Alright, so this is maybe I think 4 or so days later, and I let them stay in, and I would just put on a bonnet at night or just tie a scarf around them. Alright, and I don't add any additional oil or anything to my hands. And usually my hair is still pretty moisturized at this point. So I just take them down by taking off the rubber band from the root and just, doing that. So, sorry about that freeze. And you can see that my hair does have a really good definition. It's more like loose waves than actual curls, but I think that's one of the nice things about braids, because most people don't really want super tight curls or anything like that the first day. So My braid out's really nice in that you just get these kind of loose, crinkly waves without having to use like flexi rods or anything like that. It's just your hair. And so that's pretty much my takedown, and you guys can kind of take a look. I'm really loving how it looks now that my hair has gotten a little bit longer, and it will continue to fall over the days. But that's pretty much how I do my chunky braid out. I really like it because the installation only took me maybe 20-30 minutes. I wore it for 4 days, and then this braid out lasted me about, I'd say, around a week and a half. So very little effort, lasting results. And if you don't retwist, like you see here, I have a lot of body. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and please post any questions or concerns in the comment section, and feel free to subscribe to my channel. Have a good one, guys. Bye.